Whew. Let's see. Are we good? Am I on? Let's see. Well, welcome. This will be fun. Okay. How you guys doing? It feels so quiet. I had the music of the game on, now it's really quiet. It seems like the ocean keeps getting quieter each time. See if I can, get my custom playlist on. Let's see. Just one real quick. Here we are. Loading up. But yeah, welcome guys. Hope you guys are good. There you are. Okay. I feel better now. How's that? Okay. Welcome. It's been a week. I don't know, I was rolling over in my mind and whatnot of like how I was gonna explain like how tricky and difficult and stressful this week has been. I think you just came here. You just came here for Mario Kart, so I don't think I'm gonna go into it of how draining this week has been. So instead of that, let's have fun. This is not the time to talk about how stressful work has been. My trophy work got busy, and I had the Memorial Day weekend, or I did have Monday, but because of my schedule that we decided on that only does Monday to Thursday, I was like, huh, if I don't have the Friday usually on my usual schedule, but now the Memorial Day means that, you know, I don't have the Monday, so that means I get work on Tuesday, and it's like if we kept that schedule, then it's like I don't get Friday then, and I only work 3 days a week then. So I was like, can I have more time? And my boss said no, and I got scared and super stressed out with a lot of work that's been coming in. So yeah, but otherwise that's been its own thing, and I've just been freaking out about trying to get a lot of work stuff done over the last week, and it's like, huh, how am I gonna do twice as much work in half amount of time that I'm allowed? So, oh well. Hello, welcome. We'll get back on track here. Let's see. Welcome over. Welcome. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that Russian name. Welcome, Unicorn. Hello. Hi, Judd. Hi, Cookie. Anyone else who's lurking? Welcome. I think the leaderboard is starting to roll out, or people are starting to talk about it. So thank you for the heads up. I think Judd last week or so, who was like, hey, have you heard of this feature about the leaderboard where YouTube leaderboard in chat, and I guess it's only for that particular chat itself, like that one particular live stream. Welcome, Mike. Sorry. Good to see you too. Great to see you. Welcome. But the leaderboard is like each stream, I think it resets or is particular for that one thing or something, and it's like based on how much each chatter does an interaction, basically. And so it's like, oh, if you chat into like send a message and it gets XP, and at the end we can look at the leaderboard and be like, ooh, user A did this many chats and this many super chats and stickers and whatnot. So it's like, okay, I guess this incentivizes more interactivity, but you know, it's just makes it weirdly competitive of like you're just gonna be thinking about that the whole time instead of, you know, you just be looking at the chat box and be like, oh, someone else is typing more than me, or I gotta spam just to say something so I can get more points. And it's like, I don't think the system is gonna work. So there's another YouTube feature that's like, well, what if we do something that may seem, might seem good on paper or just like a random idea. It's like, let's actually implement it, and then let's go through, and then everyone sees the, the real logic of it. That's like, wait a minute, doesn't this mean that? And it's like, wait, yeah, it is a bad idea. So, yeah, it's another one of those. And I think I can't on my side remove it if it's even turned on for me. I think it's still in somewhat beta, but enough people are talking about it that people are using that beta in different countries. That it's only available for certain, like, at least last week it was only like in 3 countries. So it's like, okay. So anyway, I don't know. I'll have to like test it out first and see how it is. But yeah, just the idea that you're just playing your own game inside of the chat box and potentially not caring about what the streamer is saying. That you're just like, well, this other person here is trying to one-up me, so I can, I gotta be on top of the leaderboard, man. And it's like, that doesn't make any much sense. Anyway, let's get going. Boop, 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 boop. Hello. Welcome, guys. This is the Switch 2. As you can greatly see how much different it is from the Switch 1, just all the interface and everything. I mean, we got like 1 or 2 new buttons. But otherwise, it's kind of the same. I was able to do all the transfer stuff, so I got all my old games. Hello. Made 2 changes. Yeah, all the buttons have like this pretty gradient, I guess, to make it look different. But it's not incredibly different. Even like when they were setting up, it was like, and now you can choose which theme you want or something. And it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, like one of these. It's like, oh, you can choose, we can carry over from your Switch 1 which theme you had before. And it's like, it's just binary. Like, what do you mean? This is just, I can choose later. It was incredibly easy to get the transfer over, so I'm glad about that. They made that relatively easy. At the time, I didn't have you have to like plug in your Switch 1 and have it very, very close. But like my Switch 1 was fully powered, but it was like, nah, you have to plug in the correct AC adapter before you can do a system transfer. And it's like, what do you mean? So I tried plugging it into like a different USB and AC adapter, and it was like, nah, you don't. That's the wrong one. It was like, we're not doing your transfer. It's like, okay, so I had to get the right AC adapters to then do the data transfer stuff, even though my system was fully powered, 100%, whatever. So everything came over. The lending virtual cards is interesting. My dad wants to now use my Switch 1 as his own gaming system, so might have to go back and forth on this virtual game card stuff. But there's a hotkey C on my right Joy-Con that I could just press to do the game chat, which is the same button as going here then doing game share, game chat. Where is it? C, which opens this button. So if I had friends, we could do that. I don't have the microphone, or what was it, the camera accessory, so I don't know if that's how that's gonna work. Welcome, Irish Coder. Hello. Yeah, I started doing this. I was like, I just wanted to play a demo of something else, and just played Cat Clean Orange. Wow, it's hard to say. Cat Clean Ocean. It's kind of cool. I mean, I could be playing that. Or I could be playing Welcome Tour. I was actually thinking, like, as a joke, like, start off with Welcome Tour, He was like, haha, we're doing a welcome tour, guys. Here's the inside of the Joy-Con. Whoa. I'm thinking I could probably just play through it on my own and then do like the highlights of like all the mini games or unlock them all. Because you do have to buy to 100% the welcome tour. You have to buy like $100 worth of accessories of the camera, and I think the Pro Controller too. So I don't have those, so it's gonna be a little tricky to do that. So anyway, let's roll. I'm gonna turn my music off and swap to game. Let's go. Do 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 do. So, wee. Yeah, you do have to buy welcome tour. Was $10. I was like, I've already spent $500. What's, you know, this is drop in a bucket. You know, just 1 penny more, and you get the welcome tour. I was like, whatever. Welcome, Lexaberry. Would like you to translate your message before sending it. Otherwise, I have to like click on it, translate, see what's going on. Let's go, Mario. Yeah. Alrighty. So launch event was fun. My dad was the superstar, so all thanks to him. I was working on my video, my short, so I can start playing. There we go. Oh, this is just, I'm in the game now. So I got I was working on the animation, and like on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday was the day before. And I was just working on that, plowing through that, and just going as hard as I can to get the video done. And I got the video done at 4:30 a.m. On Thursday morning. So barely got that video done on time in the morning, and so my dad was the one who got into Target line. It was in the parking lot of Target, and he stayed overnight basically into the morning and sat there outside. I don't know if it was how cold it was, but definitely was pretty cold in the morning. So, wow. So everyone thank my dad who braved through, and like he every night was like, okay, I'm gonna try and, you know, with the schedule wise, you know, try to have it so I don't fall asleep in the morning. I let him play, yeah. He played last night with me. We had a family like play together yesterday. So whoa! He likes the penguin character, and we did a bunch of the modes. I think we did practically all the modes. We did Grand Prix, some of the battle modes, some of the versus mode, and then some of the free tour, the free roam. So you got to see it, you got to play it. But because we don't have the extra controllers for the Pro Controller 2, you have to use the Switch 1 Pro Controller, which I'm glad still work. All the backwards compatibility stuff is really nice. And apparently I just read like this morning that you can sync the Joy-Con 1 left and the Joy-Con 2 right, and it'll work. So that's something. Trying to read. What do you get? Yeah, I got the bundle, yes. So my dad stayed in line. I got there, I got up in the morning. So I went to bed at 4:30 Thursday morning. Slept for like a half hour. Then got up and drove to the parking lot in the morning, and was like, okay, we can tap out. Whoa, we can swap spots, you know, you know, Dad, you can go bathroom. And yeah, there's a new feature where I can hit a button and reverse myself, but it doesn't change time itself. It's more so that I literally just back up really quick. Like if I find this guy, then try and reverse. He's so fast. Then everything else in the world still exists in time. It's just a really fast reverse button, basically. Ah. So that's why I was like, I was trying to hit that jump or like trying to practice. I can also do a U-turn real quick by spinning it around like that. I can do a little spin in place. Yeah, it could be like, ah, missed. You could do this in Grand Prix Tour as well, but it's like, probably don't want to do it just because then you go back inwards and like no one else is going backwards. How do you... Where am I? Ah! Oh, the bridge went up. So, so Target opened at 8 a.m. and... What is it? P-switch. So I got up and we swapped and I just held out in line and... Man, dude. What's going on? This is new. Bop, bop. Get out of my way, Scuttles. Charging chucks. Can I go faster? I missed a boost. Yay. And the Target employee came out like at 7:40 to say you can only, you know, get one switch per customer, per guest is what they call it. Someone can't dodge the other. What? I see. Whoa. I think I can quickly reset. So one switch per guest, and they had all the accessories, and they were just like, just tell us what you want, and then we'll figure it out. And so they let us in at a little bit past 8 a.m. Oh, I think I'm supposed to do that. Right, the rail? Ah, I see. So we... This music's cool. Train! I don't know what the dodge is, because it seems like I have to ride it. I was trying to like go around it, but I think I have to go on it? I don't know. Yeah, what? I think I'm just gonna quit it. I don't know. I don't understand what it wants from me. So they finally let us in, and they were like, have a nice orderly single file line, and instead of doing the walking to the electronic section, they were like, okay, and now you're gonna go around this barrier at the like the Starbucks cafe place and Target. Hello. We're racing? Okay. What are you guys? Okay. Whoop, now you're my... They're all my targets. I'm supposed to hit them? I don't have any... Oh, they give me stuff and then I hit them? Welcome back. So... They led us to a windy kind of like line convention kind of style to say, hey, you're gonna be here? And... Miss. Ugh. And gonna use the return area, like the product return. Yay! So instead of going to the electronics section, they were like, okay, we're just going to have you stop right before the product return section. And they, when I got in there, I was like, oh my god. It was like meeting a celebrity. It was like, oh man, it's the cage with all the switches. Because I've been so following the Reddit so much. Of like, Target had like these cages that was full of all the switches. Get him. So I was like, wow, look at that. Got him. So I said, one Mario Kart bundle console only, please. They were like, okay, and then they handed me the box and said, $500, please. Yeah, pizza. So that's why I was like, okay, today I already spent $500. Might as well spend another $10 to get the Wacom tour and spend a... I think that was it. I didn't get anything else. I didn't get the camera, no accessories, no nothing. What I would want next is probably the SD card. Just so I can not worry about storage too much. And just be like, okay. And I can really go ham with just getting all the games and not worry about data limits. Or just run out of space, basically. Let's see. Yeah, they're kind of like... The dials are like one of those... Oh, I found another track. Ooh. They're really cool. So you had to... Ooh, here we go. Yay! Super Mario Circuit. Okay. You get little stickers for the side of your car. I got the Rob car. Don't see the sticker on me though. I have like a octopus one that says takoyaki. Meow. Cow. Is that a... Okay. Wee. That's where you reverse. I think my favorite part is the Mario radio. It's like a much nicer version of the GTA radios. Where it's like just Mario hits 24/7. Ow! Rob's is... He's definitely seen better. But look how cool he is. Yeah. That was Famicom Rob too. Usually, anytime they do a Rob, they localize them to be the either the NES version or Famicom. They usually try to remove any Famicom references in the American versions. So that's interesting. I'm just trying to spin so I can do this at a better angle. Whatever. So I don't think I can get up now. So I'll be like, see if I can get up there. Most music appears to have remastered any of the Mario Saga. Yeah, it is amazing. The music of all the remixes is superb. It's my favorite part so far. Just running around, driving around, and just hearing all this nostalgic. Launch up the quarter pipe and get massive air. How do I do that? Yeah, it's not just like Mario Kart songs, it's a lot of... I don't know how to do this. Oh well. Just regular, like any song from the whole Mario saga, as you said. It's amazing. Just a Mario music nerd like me, I'm like, oh yeah. Is able to recognize any of them is like so cool. Wow, wow. Look at that gold. Yeah! Yeah! What is burger shop. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for the... Whoa, that looks yummy. It's a... How did they get the logo on there? It's a bunch of donuts. Thanks, Yoshi. If I was a different character, I think sometimes there's a chance of me eating that burger that is like a Wonder Burger, where I'll turn into a different skin costume. So, Cow is perfect, so Cow doesn't need extra costumes. But if like I change character, then like this is Peach wearing a Pro Racer suit when there's already another Peach, just regular costume Peach. So each character is its own slot, has their own slot for each of their respective costumes, which is interesting. Because I think Mario Kart 8, or especially Deluxe, also had like, if you select Yoshi, then you would just be able to change colors or the Shy Guy colors. But now it's like, okay, if you want, you gotta find now the versions of them and be like, okay, there's a lot to get. Even if it's, I just sorted it and it's like Peach is here, but also down here and Yoshi's here. Is that a Koopa? So it's not quite, that was unsorted? This is unsorted. This is just default. But if I sort it, then it, I don't know what it's sorting by. It's not alphabetical. Because I feel like, I think it tries to group all of the, no? Is that the enemy? I thought it would be like main characters and then enemies and then secondary humans? I don't know. I got a bunch from just playing last night with, because as you just do random Grand Prix, by doing each Grand Prix once and completing it, you get a new character. And getting coins to get new carts. But the designs are nice. So I've got the Mario Wonder extra new designs. Let's get Donkey Kong with his ooku ooku. I like how they look at you like, oh. There's like a rotation where he's like, yeah, I'm looking at you. Oh, you're too far away. Okay, whatever. Yeah, whoa! Yeah, oh. Even gets kind of sad. It's like, oh, yeah! Don't know how I feel about Chubby Cheeks Toad. Can I zoom in? Yeah. Look at that 4K Toad bopping around. Ugh. Goop was fun. Favorite character has been Cow. Until I get someone who's gonna usurp that, but I don't think so. A lot of these don't have hands. Yeah, exactly. Cheep Cheep just kind of hovers over the bike. I haven't seen what all these kind of actually look like while driving. Some of these aren't. Power Plant, I guess, has some leaves. What if Petey Prama's in here? I don't think Petey Prama is in here. The shell is really dumb looking. Yeah, he, this is how he drives. He doesn't put his hands... I like, yeah, none of his even little 3 things down there, the small ones, aren't touching the steering wheel. Yeah. What do we got? Yeah, Pokey. Wackle wackle. Yeah, this is how Pokey drives. This is the dry position. Yeah. I am surprised and impressed that they added all of these guys. You know, it's kind of like every new Mario Party, like keep adding more and more Bowser enemies. And it's like, cool. Guess we kind of ran out of all the Waluigi's to add, so I was like, okay. What do we got left at the bottom of the barrel? I don't know. Snowman? Nice. Okay. And Pingu. Look. See, he's got hands. Yeah, look at him. Look at that. Whoa, look at that. Posture. Look at that. Yeah, some of these mobs aren't. They're so cute, but I think as soon as you're like try to pose them out of their default like T-pose, then it's like, oh, that's not right. Like Spike's supposed to stand up and then it's like hunched over. Well, that's pretty okay. And some of them just like look dumb. Yeah, Goomba, does he use his feet? No, he just kind of sits. It's like Mario Baseball. They had Goomba in Superstar Sluggers, and they didn't have hands, and so he just like was telepathically like holding a bat and then swinging. I don't know. I always expect him to like use his feet to, you know, hold the bars. Okay. Yeah, some of the humans that have hands work out well. Wow, wow. Hehehe. Oh, she got a huge diamond on her hand. That's nice. Yay. Ugh. You have to be staring like this the whole time. Okay. Should we do... Let's do a pre or something. Just a regular old thing. If I had more friends, then we could do like online play. I don't think you guys have the Switch 2 and this game? I don't know. Let me know. I know some of you have Switches, but I don't know if you got the Switch 2 yet. Ooh, Mario Sunshine. Okay. So there's a lot of modes. Like even battle mode 1 player? Wow. Yeah, the main theme's great. It's got a western kind of cowboy feel. It's great. Let's do a regular thing. Cow. Then check the stats. So I'm actually gonna try now. I don't know. Even if I feel like it's like, oh, that one wasn't good. You know, different card, trying to play them out. It's like, didn't really notice it too much. I think I wanted like good handling because I get off-road a lot, or at least if I get off-road, then how easy it is to get back on road. So I'm just looking at to see which one has the most. You can't customize like in 7 or 8 where it's like, oh, I want the tires to be different, or the body to be different, or the parachute to be different. This is it. Guess it's fine to use the default. I don't know. So I did play last night with my family. So we did do a couple of these ones, but we'll just leave it on stream to show off. Guess I could try it harder. Yeah, it makes it so, you know, you don't have to worry about spending the time to customize it, I guess. Missed the cart maker from 8. I know. Yeah, especially because it doesn't feel like, ooh, I got this customization, which means I actually have a different feeling handling, I guess, or like all the stuff. Like, you saw like all the numbers and bars were so close to each other that it's like, I can barely tell a notice. Is there, I only saw like 50, 100, and was it 200? I didn't see. Was it 50, 100, and 150? Whoops. We'll do it. This is still pretty slow. I did 100 and still feeling... I don't know. A lot of real rides. 200 is not in the game? Oh man. I didn't have Deluxe 8, so I don't think I ever did it. And even then it's like, whoa. I feel like that's a little too fast. Might have to have a big comeback now. Let's see. Ow. Yeah. Can I assume in DLC? No? Okay. I mean, anything's possible. Ugh. Get out of here. Is that a cataquack? It's one of the people up front. Come here. Let me see you. Let me get it close. Let me get a closer look at you. Yeah. 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 Oh. Yeah, the rubber banding's a little tight. That was slower than catch up to. Let's see. I can do this. Oh dear. That's a lot of coins. Let's see, try and get you. The Mega Mushroom? Yeah. How did I get anyone miss the, that POW block from Wii? That was... I never really understood, like, how that works. Like, you're just supposed to avoid the POW block. I think you're just supposed to, like, do a trick or jump when in time with the beat, I guess? Where it's like, oh no. It's like, bomb, bomb, bomb. And then you explode. Oh. Hey, okay. Somehow edged out of there. Whoa, yeah, whoa, hang on, Cal. Yeah, I'm the winner. There's a Rocky Wrench. There's all these characters I haven't unlocked yet, which is interesting. They're just playing with me. Like, I don't have Cataquack or Rocky Wrench unlocked, but it's like, they're just here somehow, but I can't access them. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the new thing about this game, is that now that we finish one course, we're now going to, in the open world map, that's this huge island, we're now literally going to drive to the next course. So now, in one of the other modes, the Knockout Tour, you have to be a certain place by the end of this kind of section. Like, if you're not, like, top 10 or whatever, then you lose and have to play the game again, basically. Like a game over. But this is fun, because now we're in the open world, which means that it still wants you to be on the track, and it'll probably still out of bounds you, but now you get the Mario Kart radio. So now it's like even better. So now I get some random Mario tracks. Oops, tried to draw that backwards. So now we got Jump Up Superstar out of nowhere. I'm gonna get blued. Blue! Oh! Kart. How close we are. Getting there. I was thinking that because of the way that the Grand Prix work, you're literally gonna do the same exact route every single time, so I felt like it was gonna get a little repetitive. But they have a mode, versus mode, where you can create your own custom Grand Prix, basically. Where you can say, I want to go from Peach Beach to Acorn Hills, which is different, a different listing than how the Grand Prix work. So, I'm very happy with that. I was like, I don't want to do, you know, every single time do Ice Cream to Boo Mansion. I'll do the same street every time. The in-betweens, you know. It was gonna get annoying. So the versus mode really helps with that. And the integrations of like how all this is interconnected is just amazing. It's not quite as fluid, I guess, as Breath of the Wild map, where that was like much more larger area to have a larger gradient between biomes. If you just watch the, or like look at the map closer, it's like, oh. You can literally just walk from a grass field and then on the same, you know, and then it just switches randomly to ice world, like now it's just, you know, no real large gradients between types of biomes and tracks and stuff. But I guess it's Mario, so it's not as realistic, but it kind of breaks it immersion, where it's like, whoops, now you're on a completely different biome and style of what's going on. So, yeah. Yeah, you can see, like, yeah, it's a hard cut between those environments. And now we're just doing the next course. Bonk. Donkey Kong just dabbing over there. Because we just drove all the way over here, this is where we ended up. In a free roam, it really is just like you can do exactly the course that the path that we took does exist in the open world map. Which I guess was too much for the Switch 1 to figure out. So it had to be that the developers were trying to make this work with the Switch 1 and then ran into technical problems with the open world. Ugh, size of everything. The processing of the Switch 1. Ugh. Jeez. Don't have any items to do anything. I don't know. There's probably no snaking in this, right? In Mario Kart DS, you can do like a trick where like you're drifting. Maybe call it snaking. Not actually sure how to do it or what it's exactly about, but I think it was like a super meta thing, like Smash Bros. Style melee, you know, super advanced technique that is kind of like a winning move that's like unintentional glitch that just happens to be super powerful. I think we just finished the course there, so now we're just driving to the next course. You can see on the map that we're just on this long highway now. Long path. Oop, get on that. Sledge rope. Where are we going? It's probably that there's so many optional paths that are kind of designed to figure out like where, you know, because they're all supposed to be interconnected between like, oh, this is, you know, because you could choose which path to take to get to different courses. So you sometimes don't know which path we're taking now. What am I doing? Still 4. It's a train. Choo choo. I somehow got in first. Okay. Yeah! Hey! Cow. Alrighty. Not perfect, but that's alright. And now we're gonna... It is a little confusing, because now we already did, like, a highway and a course, and now we're doing another highway, and then a course immediately? That it's not like, oh, well, we'll just do 3 laps inside a course, and then, you know, then like drive to the next one. It's like, you kind of do a highway and then Now you just do 1 lap in the new course that you drove to. So that's a bit of a bummer for people who just want just the classics experience. Like, that's not exactly an option, because they're not... A lot of them are like Woohoo Island or like super long, like Mount Wario style. What are you? Where they're like one... It's like a long track section where... It's not like Baby Park, where it's like, oh, we'll just do 7 laps inside of a tight turn. This is a journey. It was like, you're just a linear path from point A to point B, but it doesn't loop around itself at any point. So, and now we're at the course. Hi guys. And now we're at the course now. See if I could use my horn at some time. I'm looking back. Wow, wow. Hi, Donkey Kong, Mecha Robot. Oh, cool. The Donkey Kong arcade song. Hee hee hee. Wee doo 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 doo. Yeah, I'm just gonna use it. Wee. Oh, key change. Oh, I love the music. Ah, this is so cool. Oh, yeah. No. No, Blue. Get out of here. Ooh, they got Kamek? That or a Delfino? Yeah, coin. Nice. Oops. Taking all the low routes. Ugh. Ow. Ugh. 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 Trying to do the wall run. I was like skidding in an angle. This wasn't working. That's a barrel. Whoa, I clipped through it basically. Yeah. Yeah, take that. A lot of the courses have a lot more of a theme park kind of feel to them. Which, you know, is nice that they all have a big like set piece, and there's like a dinosaur one where you go underneath dinosaurs, and a lot more, yeah. Instead of like, oh, you're just running around a track like the, especially the first SNES one, where it's like, oh, you know, the course layout is the star in the old ones, and now it's the spectacle of like, ooh, we can now have giant dinosaurs running around, or all that Donkey Kong stuff, you know, all the animated elements, which is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, right. How'd I do? Wee. Oh yeah, big lead. There you go. Did I get anything for this? Because I did Grand Prix of that in 50cc. So I guess... There we go. Well, okay. Just happened to have 500 coins. Okay. Just gotta do a sticker. Ugh. Cow sticker! So I was using this one. Ooh, Bowser Kart? Clown car? Here's a bunch of these. So you get these by doing achievements. This is like the achievement board with all the numbers for some reason. To be like, oh, I'm number 15. We gotta do cow sticker. What else you gotta? What do you guys want to see next? Because we could do another Grand Prix, or we could do so many other modes. Knockout Tour is the same as Grand Prix, but you just kind of have to work harder to make sure you don't fall behind. Time Trials is the same thing. Versus Race is kind of the custom mode, where it can say on map what destination, what course to do, and then battle. Haven't tried online. I'm kind of scared. Let's see if this works. But yeah, I'll let you. Let me just have like a second break here. Get some juice. Oh, that cow sticker looks awesome. Alright, I think I want to do multiplayer, or online. Let's see if this works. Is that my ranking, the 3000? I go to our battle friends. Hello, friends. Oh, it's you guys. That's cute. Like, I don't think you... Can I tell if you guys are online or not? Like, I wanted over to Horizon. Yeah. 'Cause I don't think you guys are... Huh. So I think Delta has the game. Or is the only one that has the game so far? It's weird that, like, these guys aren't... I don't know if Hoods has it. Weird. Huh. Don't have it. That's okay. Yeah, no issues. You know, no worries. Don't fret about it. It's okay. But it is weird that it's like I can't tell whether or not you actually have the game or not. I think you do, but it's like you, them. What is that? What? So, guess we'll just do a regular race. Wow. Oh, new car. I don't want to say that name. Oh, it's really fast though, but horrible handling. Neat. Okay. I think motorcycles are good just for handling, but I think you're just low weight. It's pretty average. I joined. You will join the next available rate. Sit tight. Okay. Is this the lobby? I haven't done this yet, so I'm not sure. Derp. Yeah, this is what the Splatoon 3 lobby wants to be. They never in Splatoon really made a legit map. They made a map, but they never really let you explore like this. They kind of kept you inside of Inkopolis the whole time, and they just teleport to the worlds, the matches. I wonder if Splatoon 4 will be like something like this. Because that's the next evolution, I guess, would be to kind of swim your way through the ink to try and get to the battle. They have the same kind of concept, I guess. We're just trying to get to the next course. Next match. Diner. Let's just say that the Mario Kart circuit is saying that I'm here. Like, I found a course in the open world. What if I could do missions in here? Just can't do this in the match. Just fall off like that. There's a map somehow. That's camera mode. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okie doke. I am part of a big lobby. Is it waiting for just one more person? Ah. So there's me in the middle on the left. So I guess it might just be waiting for one person to join? And then we can... Like, we don't have a full set yet, but we have like 23 out of 24 people. Someone get online. Okay, cool. Now we got one person join. And now we're gonna sit tight. And I guess, well, let's go. Let's go. Hi, cactus. If this is how it is, then I don't know. I feel like the older Mario Karts are a little faster. Even like Mario Kart Wii, even though it had like the world map kind of lobby thing. Oh, I'm driving it. Whoa. Let's go here. Yeah. Bonk. Whoops. Bonk. Whoops. Oh, okay. I get to choose. I don't know. Let's do DK, I guess. Hello. Welcome back. Yeah, I had the crazy truck. It looks like the scores go up. So I can lose 3,000 points, I guess. If I lose, I can lose a little. I don't know. These are online, so we'll see how this goes. Oh god. I didn't get any items. Where am I? This isn't DK Pass. Apparently it's the biggest game launch, I guess. Especially like recently. Ugh. Let's see. Like, I think it like sold like a couple million, but I guess in only less than a week. I think the Switch One had like over 100 million, so we'll see if it kind of gets to those numbers. Especially because high price. I mean, the 3DS had a high price initially, relatively, and didn't have too much launch games going on with the 3DS, with the first 3DS version. This goes on for a while. That Nintendo was like, yeah, sorry, you know, we did a price cut on the original 3DS, so people that happen to have bought it early, as a, you know, apology, basically, we're gonna give you a couple NES and GBA games, which were exclusive. They never actually went on the eShop. No one, it was never public for anyone else to just buy those. So, I got those. So I feel kind of lucky to have the few. Whoa. Whoa. Feels about the same. Oh no. It's definitely good online lag-less. Beepa. Like, it's not stuttering as much as like other online games. So it feels pretty 60. We'll just see how it does with, like, if people drop out or something. Does the game stop like Splatoon? Splatoon was so rough. It's such a great game, but it's just stuck on a Nintendo. And it's like, ah, great. Having to deal with their servers and how they handle online stuff. Okay, so I could have done a little better. Ugh. There's so much going on. Yeah, exactly. Are we... Okay. Oh, yeah. What do we got? Huh. Yeah, a lot of these. Go easy on me. Bonk. How did they do that? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Oh no, I failed. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, cool. The pillar here has banana stickers on it. Cool. Oh, the lamppost has little pictures of bananas on it. Come on. Ah, 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 ah. And I guess 100 is it like it's worth 100 points if you win or something? This guy got 24 points. Okay. Whatever that means. So I think that Smash Bros. Ultimate kind of the ranking system, I guess, made a little bit more sense, where it's the amount of people that you're ahead of, or like the amount of people that are below you, which I guess is the same thing. But this is just kind of like collecting points, and it's like not really related to each other. Like, okay, you just played longer and you either got points or you didn't. It's not like a leaderboard, you know. The leaderboard would be like, okay, well, you got this amount of points either in this section or, you know, per race or something else. So there's a little weird with the... If I'm understanding how this works. Whoa! Oh god, there's 3 of us. So many people. There's twice as many people as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so it's twice as chaotic now. Where are we going? Just this mob trying to sabotage each other. I don't think we're at the course yet. We're still on the highway section, wherever that's going, the in-between intermediate section here. Oh yeah, we're going to Wario. Ow. Wrong way. Oh, my reverse doesn't work. I was trying to hit the rewind. Good thing they told me that doesn't work in this mode. Yeah. So, yeah. Kind of got behind the mob here. Now we're at the course. Hi guys, hi. Excuse me. Coming through. Wow. Wow. Ah. I somehow got third? How is this happening? Wow. Ow. Ow. Okay. Ow. Good thing of playing online early means that you can get some easy XP from all the people who also don't know all the before all the advanced tricks and all the super shortcuts and all the findings to be like, what's the optimal way of doing this? It's discovered, so it's nice to do this nice and bright and early to try and do online. I can't see nothing. Okay. Oh. Ah, man, that was horrible. Did I get last? I think I did. Whoops. Oh, no. That guy has 7,000 points. That's... This bird. Hello. Hey, how we doing? Missing two? Alright. Whoops. Oh. Oh. Guess I could have chose random. But I don't know. I want to figure out how to consistently do a wall run. I feel like that's gonna come important. You ever feel like you do a bunch of training and then it's like you get into like something heated like this and you're just like, I just gotta just go, just do the basics, you know, I just survive. You know, if I was like in free play or, you know, Grand Prix or something on my own, I'd be like, okay, now I'm gonna try and do this technique or something. Cheap, cheap. Alright. I guess we're a little bit more open. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. I think we started in the maybe the bottom right, and then I think these all had to be connected. That is an interesting rule, where for the online, you get to have the choices, but to do the next course, it has to be connected between one thingy, I guess. So you can't go from one course on the west all the way to the other side on the east. Because like it has to be like one determined section between each other. It's too bright. I just saw someone fall out there. Oh, I'm in half. Alright. Top half of 12. That's... look like a whirlpool. Ow. So it's gonna be mostly bunched together. So you just gotta get to that point and then you can go from like 10th to 1st pretty quickly then. It's be like, oh, I'm 17th now, but it's like if I get to the mob, then I can get past like 10 people at a time. There we go. Okay. There's rest. Oh, and Mega. Yeah. Try and knock him out too. Ah. Bomb. Ow. Yeah, as soon as you get hit by one thing, then you can drop all the way to 19th though. So, we're all super bunched together. Just means that one mistake means from first to last. And I just gotta... whoa. Try and get back through the herd. Let's go mark our weed theme now. Ugh. What's this do? Ugh. Getting coins. Yeah. Star. Awesome. Woo! Ow. Oh, this is cool. I don't think I've tried this track in the regular mode. So I'm not familiar with this layout road. But I have enough people ahead of me to teach me where the path is. Oh, cool. It's not good in this scenario. I'm not sure. Puff goes this way. Ugh. Oh, wow. I somehow missed the electric. That was cool. Ah. Eighth out of all that. That's not bad. Awesome. Ooh. Yay. I'm wondering, how do you lose points? I guess if you... Because I think I played more of Mario Kart Wii's online. So, familiar with that, where if you... Like Wii Sports too, like if you perform worse than your last time, then you lose points. So, it wants you to perform, you know, consistently and better each time. Ow, wow, wow. Still good? Yeah, we lost a bunch. Oh, okay. Choco Mountain! What was the other one? The Dandelion one? Looks like I might win. In your opinion, is Discord will like this game? I think so. What is it like? Just the pure amount of like... so much going on. Every frame, something's... like 10 things are happening all at once. Oh yeah, we lost a bunch. Well, welcome, Michael. How you doing? Don't know if you're in chat or not, but thank you. Appreciate that. Look at her go. Stop out of my cow. Get out of here. I can't see. Ooh, ah. Yeah, can you stay in front so I know where to go? Also, don't have to worry about the blue shell. Okay. I'm in first and online. How am I doing now? Whoa, I missed a flower. A feather. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. So bright. Ah, golly. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, I only have to, like, drone him. That one, like, hits me. Kaboom! Whoa! Mega Toad. Yeah, I want to unlock that blue costume. It's so cool. It looks like a steampunk kind of cool guy. Oh, that guy's got, like, goggles? What do you got on? Oh yeah, this is the highway. Oh, there's like tubers. Oh, cute. Little toad village. Mega cow. Oh, okay. Where are we? What was the course we're going to? So many coins on this. I can do this. I can do this. I cannot do that. I need to get... Ah, okay. Is this a split path? What the... What was going on? Okay. Oh, that was a giant crab. Giant enemy crab. Oh, man. Can I just jump? It feels like Toad Factory, but it's not. Well, alright. Stay in the lane. Ow. I'm just gonna get coins. Welcome, Alexia. Alexa. Welcome. How you doing? I love Derpy too. Whoa! What do you like about Derpy? Wee. Whoa, okay. Zoom! Choco Mountain! Turn. Whoa. Whoa. Is that it? Ah, man. Ugh. Wow. Ugh. That's tough. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I can relate. Let's see. Whoops. She's just a little clumsy. She tries. She's always like upbeat about it too. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna still do my job, still gonna deliver letters, still gonna bake muffins, still gonna have a good positive attitude. Just keep going. Just keep swimming, you know? Whoa. Yeah, How many I want to do random? Wee. Is this? What is this? This is... Oh, it okay. Oh, I got dirty. I fell in the mud. Can I still emote? Oh, you can't emote it this time? Oh, man. You in earlier you could, like, press a button and do, like, a preset phrase, like a text box room, chat room thing. I would imagine it's just starting to, like, because you have to go from one course to the other. I feel like at some point you're just going to be going around in circles. Like, it might just be like some of the outer courses you might never get to, just because it might be in the middle and just be going around in circles. So, I don't know. What was the course? Ah. Nope, left. Nope, okay. Yeah, that'll cost me. Okay. But otherwise, my experience with Switch has been really positive. There's just like small things here and there. Well, obviously the price point, which, you know, was the most like, oh, of how expensive the console is. It's definitely premium, and definitely like for pro people who are like, it's weird because like they could have had like a cheaper version of this and then just remove something like I'm now a charging chuck. Like they had the Wii Mini, like in the late of the Wii era, that they were like, well, You know, the Wii's already selling so much, so, but what if we make a Wii Mini that removes some, you know, features like online or a disk drive or, you know, the GameCube ports, you know, get rid of all the stuff that's like, you know, remove as much stuff that it's just plays Wii games, basically. So wonder if, you know, if they'll ever do that with the Switch 2, or they're just gonna be like, well, this is what it is, you know, we'll eventually have a Switch 2 Lite or you know, XL or something. I don't think they'll make an XL out of this. It's already huge. But yeah, just some sort of Switch 2 Lite or remove a couple features, you know, and make it more affordable in some way. 'Cause I feel like not many parents are gonna be like, oh yeah, let me just drop $450 and then have to buy all the accessories, and then the games are now like a third more expensive as well. And be like, yeah, that's worth it. Or you can get, I don't know what the alternative is. I mean, just like a 3DS, but like now they're not doing those. I think the least expensive would just be like a 2DS or something. But then you don't get the modern games, and it's not being, Nintendo's not supporting it as a system, you know, anymore. Not making new games for it. So you gotta run out of games eventually, but there's still a whole bunch of 3DS games to have fun with in the, DS library as well. But it's just weird that the decision to be like, one size fits all. But if you want the game to be $30 less, then you can get the download code version and then not have the box that you might want. So the only way to have the box of Mario Kart is to pay more to get it separately. So no one's, you know, gonna, you know, logistically do that, especially for how expensive it is, to be like, well, if I want a cardboard box on my shelf, a plastic box on my shelf to show that I have the game, I have to pay more than already, you know? So, yeah. Besides that, you know, the console itself is amazing. You can see how well it's performing. I was able to just jack this into my game capture, and it just turned on. I've had so much problems with the Switch 1. You saw like when I was playing Paper Mario that sometimes the graphics would glitch out. Like my game capture would not be able to capture the game correctly. That it would just like have green stripes sometimes, and like have the screen tear and explode. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, this is like, okay, here you go. Plug in to and works. It just works. It's like, wow. I didn't have to do any settings. I was scared that the HDR or the 4K would mess it up, to be like the signal that's the Switch 2 was broadcasting to the game capture would be inconsistent or something. But no. I think I had it on the regular settings I had it for my TV. I do have a 4K TV, so it was like, okay, well, let's try it. It looks amazing. The HDR settings, like the setup for it, was a little confusing. There's like a picture where it's like there's two suns, and to calibrate the HDR, which is the high dynamic range to get the colors to look good, you get these calibration settings where it's like you get the picture of two suns, like little drawings. And ooh, I get a Lucia. And it was like, okay, go up and down to see, you know, when one sun is visible and the other one is invisible. And I guess our TV was not really calibrated right, or it was trying to multiply the HDR with the TV itself having HDR, and then the Switch 2 was trying to do its own HDR, so I was like, what's going on? So had to like go into the TV settings to turn off the TV's HDR, just so it wouldn't be like, trying to multiply it, because the colors are getting really weird and over bright and oversaturated. It was just weird. So tried to fix it, and then like the two suns were like too close in value to each other. Like one was like slightly darker gray than the other, and it was trying to say like, well, you know, make it so the one on the right that's a little bit lighter is completely invisible, but the other one is still there. And it's like, it's not really, you know, the one that should be visible was like so gone. It was like barely visible if you try to turn the other sun off. So it's like, well, now what? And then it had like a second thing where it's like, okay, look at these pictures of Nintendo games, and you know, this is what an example of a game to see what the HDR would do. And then you manually had to set that too, and it's like, I don't know. Like, that's not very clear, and I feel like people might be not, people who don't know are just like, or like understand HDR, like really knowing what's going on and what's actually trying to affect, you know? If you do it wrong, then it's like all the colors would be washed out or too vibrant or too saturated. And if you're just going by eye, which there isn't much, you know, they simplified it so much that, you know, there's no technical things going on when you try to set it. So I was like, what am I doing? Like, and it's like the second part is like, oh, just look at these pictures of Pikmin 4 and then decide on your own what looks best. I was like, what? Like, it's just almost like a preference rather than, you know, what should it optimally be to calibrate it correctly. So I was like, what do you want, huh? You want me to be like, okay, I guess that looks okay-ish, you know? So it took a while to get that to be figured out to make it look relatively good. Then I plugged it into the game capture little box, and I had the 4K HDR settings, and it was like, okay, yeah, well, I'll show you what the game looks like without no problems. And I haven't had to do anything with it yet. So I've been very happy with that. That's been such a load off. Because I've had to, like, with the Switch 1, try to very carefully make sure that the game capture, you know, stays on, basically. And anytime it gets disconnected, I had to, like, reset the audio settings. I had to do it for the Switch too, like, get it to actually listen to it, but it's like, I'm so used to that. That's just a quirk with the game capture box that I have. That's like, okay, I'll make sure that the computer's listening for the game capture device as an audio source. So it's like, okay, I'll do that, I guess. Just another thing. But other than that, it was like super sailing. Welcome, Derpy. I gotta work. Whoa, okay. Yeah, right now it's like super bright, like it's too washed out or too white. I have to like squint my eyes of how bright it is. Ow! I didn't get anywhere. Everyone else has those mushrooms too, so that's not working. Get back here. Let's see. I'm very happy with the retro courses representation. I thought more of the games, I thought more of the courses were going to be new ones, because that'd be easier with trying to make an interconnected world like this. And just be like, just make new courses so don't have to try and fit in retro courses into here. But there's actually a pretty good amount. I'm almost thinking like it's about half and half. Which I think it's kind of on par with classic Mario Kart, where about half the courses in modded ones are new and retro split. So that's nice. I'm always a fan of retro courses. New ones are good, but it's like they sometimes don't utilize the new features of the new game too well, or as prevalent or whatever. Like, I guess like Mario Kart 8 only had like less than half the courses actually use anti-gravity or something. Something like that, where it's like, oh, the main gimmick and like what the first, the first course that you do is like showing off. That's like, whoa, look, you can do anti-gravity and go up a wall. That's so crazy. Look at that. Whoa. This is what makes this game cool, Mario Kart 8. Wow, you can go up the wall and be upside down. Ow. And then not every course actually used it. So I was like, oh, okay. Cheap Cheap's going for a swim. Bonk. Yeah, it seems, that's the main gimmick of this, is that everything's connected, so that kind of goes with every now courses has that feature, where it's like, well, the new feature is that you can drive to the next place, so like every single course, utilizes that because it's literally part of the gameplay system, so that's good design. I guess they only like removed the, as a feature, like the underwater driving, which wasn't really utilized much anyway. So I think it is a little better to like drive on top of the water as a little boat style thing instead. I kind of like that. Oh, we are going to Dino Dino. All right. Let's see. I think we'll keep going for another half hour. If you want me to change to do any other features, let me know. This is fun though. Not doing too great. I'm just kind of like on autopilot. I'm just chatting with you guys at this point. So, what else? The Joy-Con 2. I'm using those. Like my little Derpy has 2 Joy-Cons. They're really nice, really sturdy. The magnetic to connect it to the Switch is real nice. Feels pretty secure. Not too many complaints with a lot of that. Hardware-wise, more of it that I'm upset with, or at least have some sort of issues with, is the ergonomics don't really fit my hands too well. After a while, I feel like my hands start cramping. Because it is the size difference of Joy-Con 2 is a little taller. And if I had to use the right stick on the right Joy-Con 2, it's just slightly further away than the distance-wise that my thumb has to travel to get to the right stick. It doesn't feel as close as the Joy-Con 1, so it's like this more uncomfortable hand claw thing, where it's like my thumb doesn't bend that far down to like grab it and have it to like hold it in that position. So if I wanted to use the right stick, I have to like hold the just something fall off. I have to like reposition my hand holding the Joy-Con, and it's like, that's trying to play like an adventure game. I haven't done many tests, like I haven't done any Zelda games or anything like that yet, so gotta wait on the enhanced stuff until it'll seem, that's like the only thing left to have to do, I guess. Because right now I got Mario Kart, so I'm not gonna hurry right now to get the Tears of the Kingdom, deluxe edition version. Like I can wait. Try and let my paychecks recover. before I try to attempt that. But otherwise, it's pretty good. I tried the mouse controls. I am very, very impressed with that. That has been, working-wise, like, function-wise, the mouse controls is, like, perfect. And, like, every time I use it, like, I find a different feature or a different way to do it, or, like, the way that the mouse control works is that you tilt the... Ow, can dodge that. Is that you tilt the Joy-Con kind of like on its side, and you put it onto a surface, and you just kind of drag it around as if it's like a computer mouse. And it works so well. Because there's a micro optical sensor inside the Joy-Con, so you can detect where in space you drag it, and I'll know like, okay, you moved it like this much amount. It's really nice. It makes navigating like a lot of the menus, like the eShop, so nice. It pretty much makes the eShop feel like a web browser where you're just using a computer mouse. Because with the Switch 1, you have to like, in the eShop, be like, okay, I want to get to the second to bottom tab or whatever. And you have to wait for each tab to load, and you only get the stick to like navigate between it. And it's like, oh, I want to click on this over here, or oh, okay, I want to get to that game in the selection on the shop. And it's like, no, you have to like figure out how to navigate over to it and wait for it to likeness to like get to it. So it's like, oh, okay. But the Switch 2 is like use the mouse control on the eShop, and it's like, oh, so nice. Yeah, I hope more games use the mouse controls, or all those PC ports. Like, you know, like Civilization, you know, it's like some of those were like designed with a mouse in mind that didn't have to use the joystick. In the Switch 1, I hope that more of those get enhancements so that they I try to fix my microphone. Get a mouse support. How am I doing? Ranking wise, I lost 500 points so far. Okay. Are we already here? We're at the course already? Alright. Whoa, whoa! Hey, stay on. You just gotta do the wall. Nope. Out of my way. Whoa. Let's do jump. Oh, you beat a money bag as a character? Oh, that's cool. I don't remember the fish last time. There's like cheat sheets there. Ow. Yeah, keep missing that high road. Oh, yeah! Okay, here's where people use the wall run, which I don't see anyone. Ow. Yeah, right there is the perfect time. I'm just gonna boost my way through. Big monkey. But that's it. And how did I do? 15. Whoa. Ooh. Yeah. I got points. Yeah, I think I haven't been paying attention, but I think if you do better than your last time, then if you do better, then you get points, and if you do worse, then you lose points. Something like that. And I think every course looks like it has like a set amount of points you can get per time. Oh, okay, money. Was that a lot of money? Whoa! Where am I? Let's see. Huh. Yoshi's Island? Oh. It's beautiful. Sorry, I got into the Yoshi's Island song. That was awesome. So cool. I don't know if there's like a free music play mode or whatever those are called, where you could just like a sound test in olden times would be called, where you get a sound test to be like, is the is the sound audio working? And it'd just be like a way to play through any sound of the game, including like the music to get the basically just have like a soundtrack you can play through. So that'd be fun to have as a... Cause I keep calling it the Mario Kart radio, just because I don't think there's a really... I haven't heard like a real term for it yet, but it's like that kind of fun Mario radio between in the free roam in between courses. The open world radio soundtrack, having that as a... Cause maybe I just want to listen to one particular song, over and over, or I want to make a custom playlist or something. To be like, oh, I'm feeling this kind of mood today, like, oh, I want, that Yoshi's Island song, maybe like a couple other ones, and just have those on loop or something. I feel like that'd be fun. I'm surprised that's not a thing, for now people that, really like the music. Or the amount of effort that they put into the music, that then why would they stop and be like, hey, you don't get to have a music selection playlist thing on your own. You're at the mercy of like a random selection of like, feels like 50 songs or something. Yeah, that's alright. It's like, sometimes, what might just want to listen to the Mario World song, remix. And be like, nope, you have to wait for it to come back on the radio, like a real radio. Can't just call in and be like, hey, you know that song? Cows! The one that goes beep boop bop boop. Or maybe bop bop beep boop beep beep boop. Something like that. Otherwise, this game's great. I'm enjoying it. See, I haven't played... I skipped out on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Because I was like, you want me to pay for Mario Kart 8 again? And then eventually they had the DLC, and I was like, I'm too far, you know, into other games at that point. And I was like, I don't want to play Mario Kart. So, getting back into this, and it's like, okay, this is a real game now. This is different enough. That I was like, okay. Feels good. Feels weird enough to try and get back into it. This is fun. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Alright. Looks like... well, we'll see. A lot for that one. Oh, you got the burger. I'm gonna go back. Beep beep. Ah, I almost got it. Yeah. Never been too good at this. I mean, you can kind of tell how well I'm doing. Was it Mario Land? Mario Land 1 or 2? Probably 2. The music. Yeah, so nice. It just pays, you know, it pays to be like a long time Mario fan. To be like, oh, I know this song. Dude, it's so cool. So I don't want to spin. I keep... there we go. Yeah! Oh. Bonk. Whoa, what's that guy? Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Some bully guy. Ah. Whoa, okay. Ah. Let's see. Ugh. But yeah, otherwise I'm having fun. Definitely the free roam. I feel like some point, you know, you're gonna kind of explore everything. I mean, you eventually get to unlock everything, and then it's like, now, you know, either at the end of unlocking everything, you're like, well, now the true game begins. Or you kind of feel like you've done everything now that there's nothing else to do. So then you just, I don't know, do like the exploring and, you know, with just like to run around rather than trying to do all the missions and all the stuff, I guess. All the collectibles. Oh. Whoa. Is that it? Oof. Half. Top half? I don't know. I'll get back to 4,000 again. So after like, I don't know, like a half hour more of of online, I got to plus 50 points. Yeah, let's go. Ooh, that guy got a Wonder Burger. Where is it? Oh, this is a gas station. Where's the burgers? Here's Diner. Ooh, another one. That's a tasty burger. Wow. Mom. Let's see. We could probably do like one or two more, and then I'm
I'm getting tired, so we'll just kind of do this one as probably the last one, and then toast time and hang out. Wow, wow. Let's see. So we'll make this one count. Just playing around. Okay. Oh, there's 2 ROBs now. Alright. Cool. Okay. Where are we going? I don't know. Okay, highway mode. Whoa, whoa, I'm drafting. Whoa, I'm speeding up out of nowhere. I didn't get any of those coins. Ah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is that B lifting that truck? I bet I could explode that one. Ostriches? Oh yeah. They're from 3D World? Hi, cow. How you doing, cow? Hello, fellow cow. Meow. That's a bunch of items. I'm gonna hit someone with this show. Oh no! Is that it? Come on. That's not it. Okay, good. Yeah! Ah! Oh. Ah! Give me the coin. Ugh. Whoa, that was close. What does that do? Ugh. Ah. It feels... Ah, that was like... I thought it was top half. Oh well. Whew. Yeah? Yeah, I got points. Yay. Nice. Okay. Let's say I want to quit now. How do we do that? There we go. Woof. Okay, that was exhilarating. Oh, I got stuff. 900. Yay. Now, why would I want to change out of my cow sticker? I got a bunch of stuff. I got a Pauline shoe. Danger. These are pretty cool. Oh, I got this guy. Ooh, a squid. Ooh, a Luma. Little stamp looking thing. And we can praise the box. Oh, wow. Wow. I think I heard that the most amount of coins you need to get everything is like 3,000. So I almost have 1,000. I have 900. So I haven't even done every Grand Prix yet with the regular mode yet. So that'll unlock some characters, and then once I unlock that character, then I can go into the character selection, select them, and then add all the new stuff. Oh yeah, I got this guy. Yay! Don't think he's got extra costumes, but like you can see that there's still a little bit of Yoshi and Toad would have their own selection of a costume change for all these guys. Looks like most of these are duplicates because they're like Bowser wearing a hat and then Bowser wearing a tie, you know. It's interesting that they split it up this way to make it seem like there's a lot more. Because, yeah, these are all the same guy. So I like these. You go to the diners, the Yoshi diners, and you eat a burger. And then, based on where you ate that burger, then you get a different costume. So I guess I can do that at some time and grind to just unlock all the ones I can do to get the full selection. Or I just grind to get my cowl. Top of the leaderboard. Wow. Alrighty. Cool. This game is fun. There's so much nostalgia. Really good gameplay. Really tight controls. Overall, really fun. Yay! Look at Cal go. So cool. Alrighty. Cool. Ugh. Yeah, it's just the ergonomics of the Joy-Cons. I have to either break my finger joints to get my hand to get around to get to like the stick properly. Otherwise, I feel like the kind of like the knuckle part of my thumb is kind of like resting on the top of the right stick, rather than, you know, having it be my thumbprint part. What's the pad? I guess the thumb pad isn't resting squarely on the middle of the stick. But to do that, I have to move my whole hand off the Joy-Con. I can also try and do mouse controls, where I can put it on its side, and now I got a mouse. Let me move my computer mouse out of the way. So this is really cool. So instead of being like, oh, I have to like use the stick to be like 1, 2, 3 to get over to here, it's like, whoop, I could just arc my hand and I could just click on it and accept. So it works. This works way better than, you know, I ever expected. This is perfect. Again, with the ergonomics of where I put my hand, I kind of cross my legs a lot. I kind of put my hands in, I guess would be awkward positions. So I don't know what the optimal like holding of this position is. I feel like I put my hand in certain positions and it feels like less tight of a grip. But then if I do that, I feel like I'm resting like my middle finger on like the release button. And it's like, I don't know where my, like this is not, you know, it was never designed, the Joy-Con was never designed to be held in this way. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'm able to just like click on it. But yeah, the shop is nice and clean now. And we're already here. Loads up really quick. And all this stuff. Oh yeah, we can also do, there's a whole bunch of stuff. We could do some GameCube games at some point too. But what really got me is that you can hold the small trigger button on the side. I'm using the right one, so it's the, I think it's just solo R. So I can hold that down and then raise my hand up and arc it up, and I can scroll without exactly like a mouse where like you hold click. I guess this is kind of like doing where you do like a middle click on Windows and then you can pan basically. So not having to like worry about like getting the stick and then having to manually click on each item as its own button box. It's like, oh, I could just more naturally as a computer person be like, okay, you know, this makes more sense and I can drag it. I even do like I don't have enough room on my mouse pad, so like I go over, lift my hand up and then put it back to the right and then drag and then move my hand over and drag. All the stuff I would do with my regular mouse is like, yeah. I'm used to like right middle clicking and dragging to do this sometimes too. Or you can use the right stick to move up and down, but this is fun. Prices are hit or miss. You know, New games are getting to be 70. Mario Kart 8 was, or Mario Kart World, the one we just played, was 80. And then you might have saw the Welcome Tour way at the top. Welcome Tour was his $10. So, yeah.
Hello.
Hi, shut up.
My current location.
Okay. So, but yeah, able to use mouse. And this is what I was saying earlier. It's like with the Switch One, you were limited to be like, I want to get to coming soon. What do? I use the stick and get over, and then it loads the next one, pauses, load the next one, pauses, and it's like has to like load everything in here, and then get to coming soon, and it's like, oh man. But if I use the mouse, I could just be like, oh, unfeatured, whoop, click, and it's like the amount of buttons, and it's just like wrist control instead, to be able to just kind of like arc your hand over and be like, this one. It's like, oh, and I click on this one now. Okay. Hello, I got recommendations. Wish list. What even is there? I don't know. Some Miku games. Some really random stuff. Let's go back. Yeah, the one thing that was like hard for me to figure out was like I wanted, the Switch One had you would go to search, and then there'd be like some button here or something, or this was a little bit different, and it was like, oh, I want to know what games have demos. Filter by games that have demos, and that's not quite here. You get all this new stuff with all this genre stuff based on what you've played and other kind of filter stuff. So you have to go all the way to the bottom and then filter search, and then this is kind of the same, so you still got to do this and then search, and then not really by bestsellers, and then be like new to old if you want a new game that has a demo. So that kind of stuff is like a little annoying, because in the original Switch it was, you would do the search and then it would have like on the same screen box, you would just have games or demos, and then it would just bring you to it, and it would automatically be release order. So having to do like a couple more steps to get to here is a little annoying. So that's my one little gripe about that. That's like, wait a minute, it buries the demos a little bit if I just wanted to only search for it, especially for new ones. So that's the only weird thing about this. This would be this kind of menu on the original, and then like this would be a little bigger and just be like on the bottom here. So I have to like click it at the bottom of all of this. I have to like go through all of this, which all of this wasn't here in the original. So I have to go through all this just to get to it, and then it's like 300 steps to have it work in the way that I want to. So otherwise, yeah, just to be able to like be like, great deal, boop, done. Okay. Hey, look, here's a game, Ooh, I want this one, Ooh, I can select this, and mouse controls would be like, okay, here we go, and it's like, oh, bluey, and beep, click it. Yay. So yeah, let's see. It runs, I mean, you can see how well it runs. It's very, very more better. This is, leagues better than Switch One's eShop. I think even the, I don't know, it sounded like they redid or like started to switch to architecture from scratch, which is something that Nintendo doesn't usually do, because they build off, or they literally include the same components as the previous version, because I think with the Wii, they started with the GameCube and then made it twice as powerful and added stuff on top of the GameCube architecture, hardware-wise, But the Switch 2 is like, let's start from scratch and then make a switch to, hardware stuff, and then I guess we can try and make a Switch 1 emulator and just hope that the games work. Is how to kind of figure things out. So, yeah. Joy-Con, are they better? It depends. I think if you have small hands, the Joy-Con 2 is larger, so it might be a little harder. My hands are, I don't know, it's hard to tell if I'm medium or not. You know, it's hard to figure that out. I have long fingers. I think my hand is pretty short, so it's just a little bit uncomfortable, as I've been saying, to like hold it, to figure out the right pose and posture of where to rest my hand to be in the best place. Because I've been using it like this, where, you know, my Derpy V-Turbo is holding it in the same way that I was playing it, where I have them disconnected. Because I like that more of that kind of free form of like one controller in one hand and the other one in the other one. I can have one, you know, resting down and the other one way over here, you know, on both of my sides, and not have this, you know, gamer stance of holding your hands close and then holding them too close to each other. But yeah, just the design of how it's set up is... I'll have to check to see if the distance between the face ABXY buttons and the stick is different, or if it's like the tallness. Yeah, I'll have to figure out the proportions to see if there's something going on, because it might be... Yeah, I'm holding it sideways now, the right Joy-Con sideways, with the middle part up. I don't know if this is... I don't see this being comfortable. Huh. Yeah, this... The way that it protrudes in the whole middle section of where the magnet part and the SL and SR buttons messes up the holding pose a lot. And also the release button is huge. I don't know. This feels... Just holding it is uncomfortable. So, like, I'm holding it sideways, and it's like my hand is resting on the trigger section in the back, and like the release button is this huge extra protruding thing. The Switch 1 Joy-Con just had a little nub, small button thing that just barely went out. This is like a whole extra physical thing that's sticking out. That's like, I don't know how to hold this now. So technology wise, you know, the mouse stuff is awesome, but it's like trying to just hold it for, you know, a while. It's like, this is not great. What do you got? GameCube. I got it. Right now there's not too many games. I guess I can show that real quick to show what games we have. I think there's only like 3 games. So if you want to do it on stream, then it's like, this is it. I think I these sticks now. It's forced me into sticks. I mean, we got another racing game, a whole adventure game that's also on Wii U with the better HD graphics, and just a fighting game, but it's got Link. So if you were interested in one of these, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm gonna just sit down and do the GameCube version of Wind Waker. So where did I... What was I? How do you do the suspend? I think I did play a little bit. That's loud. Mouse. You know, get my computer mouse a little bit. Tilt that down. Okay. But yeah, this works pretty well. I got the CRT filter on. I was trying to turn that off. I can't do it without removing the game. Turn off set. Should go. I can turn that off. There we go. So I just played a little bit, so I got out of the... I played for like an hour or so just to test it out, so I got past the outside island. Now I'm in a small boat that's harder to show off. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, the most amazing thing is that the HD2 Rumble for playing GameCube games feels so identical to the GameCube controller's Rumble. Like the exact aesthetics of they fine-tuned it so well. It's impossible to show you because it's the rumble of how it shakes the controller. But if you ever played a GameCube game and there's rumble, the sensation of like it had a big the controller had a big shape that like spun around, and it was lopsided like a half circle shape that spun around on a stick, and so that created like the shaking of the controller. And because it was lopsided, it created this kind of like wave effect, like a sine wave, like going woo woo woo, just like a little bit. And so the way that it feels exactly, if I hit it, like obviously you don't get it, but it's like, oh my god, it's so cool. The first time I hit something, I was like, am I? What do you mean you just made it feel exactly like the GameCube controller's rumble? That they're able to emulate that exact style of how it feels, like it's undulating. It's hard to explain, but it's so cool the way that it works. So that's my favorite part, is the rumble in the Joy-Con 2. It does feel better. It could do a little bit stronger. It can emulate more different varied types of rumbles. So it's very cool. Let's see. There's a games from the UK. That's like it's the same games, but it just happens to be the PAL version. So there's no extra games right now in GameCube. That's not, not available on the US version. So, yay. Yeah, it's the same game. Yeah. They don't graphics haven't evolved since the Wii U. Let's see. Welcome, Teddy. Let's see. What? Hey, Cookie? Can you take a look at this? In the chat. Just want to see what they're trying to say here. See if you can figure it out. Try to decipher it for me. But yeah, what was I saying? Graphics from Wii U, I feel like they kind of, it's the, if you ever seen that picture, see if I can go to Tosha Time and find that picture of what you're saying with the graphics. There's a point of adding more polygons means that the models don't look more smooth, like more smooth than if you had more polygons. Not sure what to call it. It's like polygon evolution or something. See you, Jed. I was trying to for Jefferson to do this. Let's see. Welcome, Jefferson. Level. Who's the Bach chart? Let's see. Ugh. No, not Porygon. 3D polygons. Oh, here it is. Found it. Let's go to Twitch time and then I'll show it. Hang on. Beep beep. Let's see. I wonder if I do that. Oh, that's me. Okay. Hang on. Gotta shove this. And there we go. Okay. So let's put this into a new tab. And then move you over. Ugh. Ugh. So basically, you get like 64 graphics on the left, where that's the amount of resolution that was possible graphics-wise in the 90s. And then you get to like PS2, GameCube in the middle with 600, and then 6000 is like PS3, and then it's like, you know, PS4, PS5 60,000 polygons, and trying to look between the quality is a little hard to see with this low resolution picture, which is kind of ironic. But you get from 6,000, and it's like you try to look at the details, and it's like, yeah, I can, you know, you can see some of the polygons a little bit here, but they need times that by 10 factor, and it's like, do you see a difference between these two? And it's like, no. So we're here now, and it's like, if we add any more, the amount of change that we're adding is so microscopic to like the polygons that are being added that it doesn't seem like they are getting better. Like the evolution from, you know, less than 90s, you know, 80s computer graphics, you know, for real-time processing on the 60 polygon, you know, this is as much as they probably could do. A little bit more actually, with especially with like, you know, Ocarina of Time APCs looked a little better. But just to demonstrate, just like trying to do the same thing in like silhouette at this scale, you know, of what that would look like. And then 600 is like mid 2000s, trying to get that out. So you get to a point where it's like the amount of stuff that you add already at a fairly high model with 6,000, just adding every polygon of this times 10 doesn't change the overall appearance enough that it's actually noticeable. So Nintendo kind of, in every 3D modelers, get to a point where it's like there's no reason to make the polygons more better or increase it even more than this in a way that it doesn't if it doesn't make the model look more or less better quality. So yeah, 600, yeah, he's looking pretty sharp. Yeah, so Nintendo focuses more on obviously just the gameplay. If they're focusing now on animations and personality and getting the characters to emote more fluidly. You can tell with like Mario Wonder, where they redesigned all the characters to have much more expressive, and that kind of like getting the 3D art to look 2D, where in the 2D platform game they were having the let's see if I can find a picture of that. There's like Mario Wonder side view from the side or something. Ugh. Yeah, this one. Is that they designed the 3D models in such a way that from one angle it looks good and cartoony, but you look at it from the front, which is not the camera view that will be viewable in game, they had to distort it and like do like a Sonic mouth and get it so it looks good from one particular angle. So they super designed it to like make sure that this left side is perfect. And then it's like, well, what does that mean in any other 3D view? Then it's like, that doesn't make any sense, you know. Of distorting things and getting things to work. So I wonder if there's some other tricks that they did to get it to work. But yeah, trying to get the emotions and angles to look good from one angle. But yeah, it seems to be more on just straight up animations is the priority. I'm trying to get rid of that. There we go. Let me get back in center. So it seems like there's shaders and engines of how the graphics are also being rendered out. Does feel similar to like how the Wii U had. It's got a very distinct shader, which it's hard to explain. It's so complicated of how the engine calculates the light and renders how to have the polygons look in a final post-processing thing. So otherwise you get like flat colors. So the lighting engine is what powers the games to look good, as well as all the post-processing of all the camera filters, like depth of field kind of stuff too. So there'd be like 100 different processes of different, very, very technical, ambient occlusion, all these big words that 3D artists use to make the graphics look good. And in a real-time engine, that needs to process all of that at the same time. So we got to a point where like our Mozart looks good enough that's like, if we really make it look more, shiny, then that might affect some of the performance-wise or be not, necessary, because the end result will either look the same as if we, if we doubled up the amount of shaders, it'll still look the same because you're just computing it 10 times more dense, whereas on a larger scale it doesn't matter. Resolution wise, it does look good. I did play in 4K on a TV, and I think our TV was already upscaling Switch 1 games, so it didn't really seem too different. Even just seeing it in real life, it's like, okay, I mean, it looks sharp, not too much, no sense of the anti-aliasing, where it's like this artifact on like a wire or a string or something that's super thin, like a hairline at an angle, will have this effect where the amount of pixels that the display shows is actually lower res to show the angle of the thin line. So you get this anti-aliasing effect where it's like not able to draw a straight line at an angle. So didn't notice any of that. So the 4K had enough resolution that to actually show there's enough pixels on the screen to show the angled thin hairline with enough quality and resolution that you don't get like a stair step of it kind of get 1 pixel over and then 1 pixel down. And that's on such a small scale that you don't see that anti-aliasing. So yeah. But anyway, how else we doing? That got off on weird. Let me find music, because this is getting weird. Let me replay my playlist here. But otherwise, thank you for joining. If you have to go, thank you. We'll be back next week. Would you like to see more Mario Kart or something else? Would you like to see the Wacom tour, or we can try and do that GameCube? Zelda? There's like 2 Zeldas out there, and the F-Zero. I'm not great at either of those. Yeah, let me know. So I think I have an appointment in a couple of weeks that will prevent me from doing a full stream, I think on the 21st. So I'll just have to do something else, or just kind of quick. Let's see. If it's more Mario Kart, I felt like I was just kind of literally on autopilot, where I just kind of kept driving. I guess we could do more of the other modes. Is there like online balloon mode or something? I don't know. If you guys had a Switch too, then we can do game share together and do online together, I guess. Let's see. The music's not loud enough. There we go. Let's see. What is it? Uploaded the poster. Ooh, cool. Yeah. You for a marker? Okay. yeah, we could do Mario Kart next week, and then do something short. Like I guess we do like Welcome Tour in that appointment week. There we go. If you didn't hear me, well, I guess the caption saws would have caught it. Thank you, though. We'll do Mario Kart, and we'll do some other mode or something. And then in 2 weeks, I think we'll do something short, like Welcome Tour or something. So I guess in the meantime, hope you guys had fun. There's definitely a lot of stuff to unlock, a lot of stuff to do, and especially in a free roam, to do a lot of little missions. Some of them are really hard, so that's why I kind of gave up on some of the missions, the P missions. It was like, I didn't quite understand what I needed to do, and it's like, there was like one cool one that I played where it had, I don't think this is like a real course, but it like had in the middle of a forest, like a recreation of the SNES Ghost House course. And it's just like, you just happen upon it, and it's like, oh, cool. And then there's a P mission where you hit the P block, and it's like, relive the Ghost House, try and win a race. And it was like, had like all the Mario Kart SNES characters, and you try and do 3 laps and try and beat this timer. And it's like, wow, okay. Like, there's just, if it's a course that's not part of the real game, then it's like, that's really cool. To just like stumble upon and like rewards you for exploring, and it's like, hey, what's over here? And it's like this whole other thing, and it's like designed to be just something to do to fill it up. So that was really cool. Yeah, looking forward to playing more anyway. So yeah, let's see. I think we're good. Anything else? Oh, my game's also being worked on. I could show you a little preview of the game real quick. I can load that up real quick and show you the astounding amount of progress I made. I'm loading it up. Edit. Mostly just debug stuff. My snowball game. Still loading. Scanning files. Okay. A lot of this as temporary placeholder graphics until I figure out how to add them in. So a lot of it is, let's see, there we go. So this is the game. I'll make a start button, but I didn't quite get time to make the start button. But these work. If I hit quit, it actually quits the game. So that's cool. And this is how you start. So it's an actual button. I've rebinded the controls. So if you click left mouse click or space or enter, it does the jump. But what's big is that now I got bits that are being counted and tracked and saved. So if I hit that, I get 1 more bit, 1 more coin. I'll draw the graphic for that later. I'll figure out how to do score, but I think it works. And then health, which means that if I jump into this tree in this branch, then I lose a health. Now I have 1, and then it restarts after I lose all my health. So, yay! But yeah, just coding all of this took, like a whole day to figure out, like, how do I figure out the scripting of all of that. So, it gets confusing. I had to make this whole game manager and figure out how to save it of what you're doing, and then some of the score layer labels have all these stuff going on. So yeah, okay. What you got? I'll give you a good example for your game administrator tent. Take it as a reference. Okay. I will check that out. has that been uploaded yet? Because I still see the one before the stream with the Derpies and Switch Dog, which is awesome, by the way. I really like it. But yeah, a lot of scripts. Let's see. This was huge. To add all of this is all new, and I was just like to put those three score counters basically. Have an initial score counter, and then what happens when you add a coin. You get a coin, it adds a coin, your total score is also +1, and then also save the coin, which the game manager is doing, which is this one. And so it goes into your save path in your user and then creates a save file and then accesses it, and then if it has a file, it'll store that value of that total bit score and then closes it, and then it can load it when it needs to. So adding all of that was fun. So not much in terms of raw gameplay, but a lot of this is just storing all of the values, so then I can use these for something. So I can add another function where you know, at the shop where it's like, I want to buy this hat, and it's like, how many coins do you have? This costs 10 coins. It's like, well, I can now see like what your value of your total coins is, and then see if it's more or less than 10 coins, and then let you buy it or not. You know, all that kind of stuff wouldn't have been possible without all of this stored somewhere as a value. So all the stuff that's like, oh yeah, you know, all the stuff that seems like you'd think, you know, when you just play a game, you don't think about like, oh yeah, someone had to program all the values that are being stored somewhere, you know, like the amount of diamonds that you collected and all this stuff that's being tracked, you know, those all had to be individually handwritten in basically and then stored somewhere. So yeah, even just writing script for the main menu of what happens of the 2 buttons. So when it starts the game, it loads the coin data to know how much you had, and then if you click the start button, what to do is that it changes scene to the level 1 scene, and then if you click the quit button, what happens is that it then closes and quits the game. So all this that's like, oh, that should be obvious. And it's like, oh, I just made a quit button, you know, shouldn't it just like work, you know? It's like, no, you gotta spell it out for it so it knows what it's doing. So all of this is new from last time I showed this off. So, but yeah, game works. No errors when playing games, so I'm very happy with that. Yay. And it keeps like a total running counter. Like I had like 71 when I started, and now I have 75. And so if I quit the game at 76 and then reload it, it remembers that I had 76. Oh, you can't even see it. I'm sorry. There it is. That was 77. There you go. Let's see. I had to rescale it. Didn't see. Wasn't looking. Ugh. Now the score's not showing. Or the health. I had to make this smaller. Ow. Let's see. Ooh, Yoshi's Island? Oh, that's perfect, yeah. Oh, cool, we got like the ski level. Oh, cool. Then we become a snowball. That's really cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely use that as reference. That is very helpful, actually. Yeah. Oh, whoa, okay. She's still going. So there's still, you know, obviously a lot more to do to make this a real. I mean, it's technically a game now, but we'll like it to, you know, have all the other features I've been wanting to for a while. Adding more obstacles, more levels, more stuff like my own. We'll have in the market, having a different, adding hats, and more stuff to do. So Uh, my goal now, schedule-wise, is to hopefully work on this super hard, and then over the next week or so, because I can probably hopefully just work super hard on it this next week, and then have a demo somewhere on the 15th week. So I'll let you guys hopefully play the game sometime on the 15th week, and then I'll then have like a couple weeks to work on it, to do your ideas, do anything else, and then I'd like to get it done by the end of this month. So I'm just gonna focus on this game. Now that I got a lot of this out of the way, I feel like just like focusing on features now will work better. Because like I didn't have this score to know, you know, I wouldn't know how many coins you had, and then, you know, and then the whole market shop hats shop wouldn't work because like it doesn't know the value of how much coins you had, so I had to figure that out. So anyway, everything kind of builds on each other, and so you do have to like hand code basically every single aspect of everything, and then make sure that all this logic here works, and figure that out. So but yeah, it's a lot of work, but as I keep working on it, I'm learning, you know, how the code itself is structured, so I understand more of what this means and how I would write it myself now, and what's going on. So a lot of this is still debug, like all this print stuff is like at the bottom so I can check it. So it's like, oh, you got your health to 0, your obstacle score reset to 0, and to also say you died is what this is saying, is that's how it got printed out into this message debugger section here. So yeah, so now I know. You know, before I wouldn't have known that you died. And I would know what it does. I can say what it does when you die, and then get things to happen from that, and then have that as a variable, and if like, if dead, do this, and if not dead, do that. So very fun. Try to take this, I try to take it a step at a time, but yeah, a lot of this kind of got stuck on hold because I couldn't figure out how to get the screen to work. So this is still a work in progress. I'm trying to see if I can find a different way of displaying it. Otherwise I'm having to either have, because I was stuck on whether or not I wanted her to actually move in space, like actually traveling, and then eventually, because it's an endless runner, it's like she's gonna fall off at some point. So I was like, okay, well, I need the ground to then loop. But then it's like, how do I do that? And it's like, it wasn't seamless. And then I couldn't figure out how to get it to be at an angle. So I was like, because I want it to be downhill. Otherwise, you get, you know, a flat line. And it's like, that doesn't work as a hill. So it's like, okay, do I rotate the hill? But then I had to then have every single obstacle then go at a certain upward trajectory as it goes across. And I was like, ah. So I had to like redo all this and like restart the logic of how all these are going to display. So I got everything to be flat of the floor, rotated the camera to be at this slight upward angle, and then that makes the hill look like it's sideways, and then rotated everything else so like the score and like the health bars are at the same angle, so that looks flat relative to the camera, and then rotate the hills also at that angle so that when you play it, you don't notice that, you know, it looks like this now. So it's like on, you know, keeping things that need to be at an angle at that reverse angle that the camera is rotated at, and then having everything else that I want at the slope angle to then be not rotated to follow along with the camera. So feels like a weird workaround. Is there a better way? Probably. I could have done it the way that I did it before, but then I don't know if it would have really worked with the unless version of it, and like all the other stuff that would need to be using the real space of it actually using X and Y coordinates. So it gets really, really complicated, obviously. So but yeah, now that I got a lot of this stored as values, and now I can use these as ways to use those in other places now. So it's just creating, you know, all this stuff so then I can use it for later. So all this is very complicated with every single asset here. This doesn't quite work as intended, so either I get rid of it or I redesign it in some way. So she like doesn't like, I want her to like be the ball and then just like go up the angle here and go up the slope, but like the hitbox detection doesn't quite work right, so like she just kind of jumps and then goes through the collision. So stuff like that doesn't work. Yeah, so I'll have to draw the picture a bit. But yeah, it's getting there. A lot of just like setups and creating values and trying to figure out how to get the game to actually work as somewhat intended. But yeah, okay. Let's see. Thanks for the picture. Okay. Let's go back to here. Take it in. Get things reset. Reset my screens. Get back to YouTube picture. There we go. Okay. But yeah. Looks like we'll do some other Mario Kart gameplay of some kind next week, and then go from there. So hope you guys have a good week, hopefully better than mine. It was just really stressful, so you know, on top of all this weird work stuff that's been dragging me down, is like, hey, how about you also get your animation done the same week, and can you also figure out how to get the Switch 2 and figure that out. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Yeah, exactly. So see you guys next week, and yeah. I was trying to think of something like keep your motor running. I was like, I couldn't think of anything clever. Anyway, yep. So see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys get the Switch 2 in the meantime between next week, let me know. And then we could become friends on the Switch 2 account if you have that. If it's different. And then we could try and do online play friends-wise, I guess. But otherwise, we'll just kind of do the same way where it's just kind of solo it, which is fine. But anyway, yep. See you guys soon. Thank you. Alright. See you guys later. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Yay.